What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in. I'm about to swallow this quick breakfast so I can get out the door, get to my full-time job. Listen, it is an emergency that I put this video out. This is an emergency, believe it or not. If you are in lawn care, it's a great time to be alive. 2 weeks before Christmas. Listen. When I make these videos about Chuck and about pricing, I'm not doing it to be funny. I'm really trying to help him. Because what's going on right now, this is so serious. It's urgent. It is urgent that I come to you with this message. Listen. Chuck. Listen. Everybody turn the camera off. Turn it off. Get out. Everybody get out right now. This is urgent. Everybody out. Now. Just turn the camera off. This video is for Chuck and Chuck alone. Everybody turn the camera off. All right, Chuck. It's just me and you talking. And I'm speaking from the heart. Chuck, being cheap, nobody wins. Not even you, Chuck. Chuck, when you are cheap, your wife will lose you because you're chasing cheap money, so she's only getting cheap time. Your kids won't know you, Chuck, because you're chasing cheap money and you're giving them cheap quality time. The client isn't losing because they was paying a professional $100 a service to maintain the yard, Chuck, and you're only doing it for $50, which is half off, Chuck. The client think they're winning because they fired the professional to save $50, Chuck, to hire you, Chuck and Sons, $50 service. Here's what happened, Chuck. See, Chuck, you can't spend cheap money and get quality equipment. So you have to spend real money, Chuck, to get real equipment, but you're running around here working for cheap and for free. Well, I'm working for free if I'm making money. Listen to me. Take a pen and pad out right now. Do it now. Chuck, I had this friend. We're just going to call him James, right? And James had got into decorative stoning, kind of landscaping, if you will, but it wasn't landscaping. It was like decorative stone, like, building patios and things like that. And this is before I knew anything about business, Chuck. His slogan was rock bottom prices, because see, he dealt with boulders and rocks. And I remember seeing him in the bank. This is before I knew anything about business. He said, "Oh yeah, man, I don't work in them shipyards no more. I got my own business now." And he told me the name of the business. And the slogan was rock bottom prices. And I went home. I said, man, this is when I used to think business owners were special. I said, man, I used to work with that man in the shipyard. Because they wanted to make him a supervisor. It was a shipyard I worked at years ago. They wanted to make him a supervisor. And he didn't want it. And he was in the military. And I said, man, that guy's special. I knew he was special. But you fast forward to today, he was a Chuck. He was a Chuck in his industry, which drove the industry down. And I want to use, and I know you're saying, man, you always make videos about me being cheap. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save your marriage. I'm trying to save your relationship with your kids. I'm trying to save the money you have in your wallet. Because see, those cheap clients that you are servicing, we don't want them. The professionals, we don't want them. Because when we give our price, they always bring your name up. Well, Chuck was doing it for cheaper than that, a half off. So when we catch one of your clients, we take them off the hook and we throw them back. We don't want them. And here's another thing that happens, Chuck. And I'm glad it happened to you because it's a great time to be alive in lawn care. If you in South Mississippi and you want to start a lawn care business the following season, wait till Christmas. Wait till a month before Christmas. Guess the Chucks are going crazy down here. Chuck, you, your cousins, your brothers, your brother-in-laws, your uncles, y'all are going crazy down here. Because I spoke to, I don't know if it was your brother or your cousin. He's selling an Exmark 60-inch, 30 horsepower for $2,500. And not only that, he started that price out, Chuck, at $4,500. What? Yeah, he started that price at $4,500, dropped it to $3,800, dropped it to $2,500, dropped it to $2,000. He still ain't sold that mower. Christmas is coming. So he trying to hurry up, sell the equipment because it wasn't making him any money. He didn't know how to market himself. Then, I don't know, Chuck, if it's your cousins, but you got one cousin down here. He's selling a whole lawn equipment setup. 2006 F-250 crew cab, 4-wheel drive. 7x16 enclosed trailer. 2 52-inch Toro mowers. Weed eaters, backpack blowers. $14,000. You see that? See, you have worked for cheap all season, Chuck. And then you're selling your livelihood for cheap. I just hope you didn't lose your wife and your kids or your girlfriend in the process of you working for cheap, calling it you're running a business. You wasted time and money because you were so cheap. Not only that, you have a few cousins that are down here. They have sold a 7x14 with a 4-foot sides, tandem axle, dump trailer, two 7,000-pound axles, $5,000. Chuck, when I clicked on your cousin profile, I seen that dump trailer. I saved it. I came back 30 minutes later. It was sold. See, we'll stop the bleeding. Y'all go out there and hurt yourself and cut yourself and you start bleeding. We'll stop the bleeding. Just come to the professionals. We'll stop the bleeding. We'll bandage you up and then we'll send you back out there. I just hope you don't go run into another field like roofing work and then you drive it into the ground. So look, I was at my full-time job last night. And the guy said, "Hey, Gibson, I know you do lawn care. I want to show you something that a guy I know is selling." I said, "What's the name?" "Chuck." He said, "Man, how you know?" I said, "That's typically all their names." Your cousin Chuck is selling a 2006 Ford F-250 extended cab long bed. He's also selling a 2006 Ford F-350 crew cab 2-wheel drive. 2 7x14 or 16 tandem axle enclosed trailers. 2 Exmark mowers, 2 Bad Boy mowers, 1 Husqvarna mower, 6 trimmers, 5 backpack blowers, and all the other handheld necessities for $25,000. See, Chuck, we will always stop the bleeding. When you come to us for help, we will stop the bleeding. And guess what? I can send somebody over there and say, "Give him $20,000. He'll drop his pants and sell everything." You're only hurting yourself. You are not getting nowhere in business, Chuck. Chuck, you can mark my words and you can look, you need to tattoo this on your forearm. That way, every time you go start a business or try to lock in a potential client, you will see this. The cheap man will always lose. The cheap man will always see. We love guys like you because y'all run out and buy all this equipment. And when Christmas hits, you're selling everything for half off. See, I always put my feet up because I know it's going to be one of y'all that's going to do this right here. You cannot keep working for cheap and free. It is biting you in the back. You realize once you do your taxes and your books, you haven't made any money because you chose to work for cheap and free. This is Gibson's Lawn Service signing off. I hope you understood what I was saying. If not, carry on.